Ronda Rousey's dating history, exploring the relationship details of the former WWE Women's Champion. Dear loves, welcome to WWE Family Show. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. Ronda Rousey is quite an attractive individual, and that has gained her a lot of admirers all over the world. As a result, people are often curious about her love life. Common questions that frequently surface online are, is Ronda Rousey single and does she have a boyfriend, among others. Besides being attractive, Ronda is also an extremely talented lady. She is renowned for her achievements in mixed martial arts, MMA, and professional wrestling. However, we will not be focusing on her personal accolades and her professional life in this article. We are here to learn about Ronda's love life and whether the youth of today have a shot at this beauty with muscles. Ronda Rousey's dating history, exploring the relationship details of the former WWE Women's Champion. Rousey's early dating history includes a relationship with Timothy DeGorio, an MMA fighter she dated from 2012 to 2013. The couple met while Rousey was training in Los Angeles, and DeGorio was also involved in the world of mixed martial arts. Their relationship, although relatively brief, marked one of Rousey's early ventures into the public eye regarding her personal life. Though their time together was short, Rousey later reflected on the relationship as part of her journey in navigating the pressures of being in the spotlight while balancing her personal life. Rousey's relationship with DeGorio didn't receive as much media attention as her later relationships, but it remains a part of her history before she rose to global prominence in both MMA and WWE. Ronda Rousey's dating history, exploring the relationship details of the former WWE Women's Champion. Following her split from DeGorio, Rousey began dating Brendan Schaub, a former MMA fighter turned comedian and podcast host. The two met while training at the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy in Torrance, California. Their relationship lasted from 2013 to July 2014. In 2015, Rousey started dating UFC heavyweight fighter Travis Browne. The couple confirmed their relationship in October 2015. They got engaged in April 2017 and married in August 2017 in Hawaii. Together, they have a daughter named La'akea Makalapu'aukalanipo, born in September 2021. In July 2024, Rousey announced that she and Browne are expecting their second child. The couple, who welcomed their daughter, La'akea Makalapu'aukalanipo, in September 2021, shared the joyous news during San Diego Comic-Con in July 2024. Rousey, 37, made the announcement while promoting her graphic novel, Expecting the Unexpected, which intriguingly parallels her real-life experience, as it narrates the story of two rival assassins facing an unexpected pregnancy. Following the announcement, Rousey revealed on Instagram that they are expecting another daughter, expressing her excitement. "I can finally shout it from the rooftops." In addition to being parents to Browne's two sons from a prior marriage, Rousey and Browne were married in August 2017. The couple has been transparent about their path to parenting. Rousey has previously talked about the difficulties they had, such as miscarriages and infertility. After leaving WWE in 2023, Ronda Rousey began sharing stories from her time in the company through various interviews and her book. One such story involved fellow wrestler Drew Gulak. Rousey alleged that Gulak had an inappropriate interaction with her backstage at a WWE event in 2022, claiming he grabbed the drawstring on her sweatpants, which she confronted him about on the spot. Gulak later posted a tweet stating that the incident was a complete accident and that he had apologized for the mishap. Despite his statement, Gulak was released by WWE in May 2024, a few weeks later. At the time, he had been appearing on NXT television as part of the No Quarter Catch Crew faction, but was subsequently removed from the faction and television altogether. This incident has now resurfaced following recent events at an independent wrestling show by a promotion called Beyond Wrestling. Drew Gulak made a controversial reference to the Rousey incident during a promo on female wrestler Masha Slamovich, implying that she might feel uncomfortable in the locker room with him. The promo has since received widespread backlash on social media, with many fans criticizing both Gulak and Beyond Wrestling for the insensitive segment. Despite some of Ronda Rousey's negative comments about WWE since her departure, the company is reportedly open to bringing her back in the future. In a recent interview, WWE Executive Vice President of Talent Relations and Head of Communications, Chris LaGentile, stated that Rousey was a great person to work with. He added that if the former SmackDown and Raw Women's Champion ever wanted to return, WWE would be happy to have a conversation with her about her return. Rahul Patnaik is a mechanical engineer and currently works as a WWE writer at Sportskeeda. He previously worked as an analyst at Deloitte USI. Before writing his articles, Patnaik checks the news and rumors with multiple sources and presents information in a fair and unbiased manner. Rahul's favorite wrestlers are Stone Cold Steve Austin and Randy Orton. He loves both the veterans due to their unpredictable nature in the ring. However, he believes Triple H was one of the smartest wrestlers during the Attitude Era. While Steve Austin and The Rock focused on entertaining fans, it was the game who outsmarted both legends. I think anyone's better than Vince McMahon. The only place you can go is up. I really enjoyed Triple H and working with him, and honestly, I haven't been watching, but I saw something from Natty Neidhart saying that they had a card recently that had just as many women on it as the men. That's what I would really like to see, the women equally represented with not just matches on the card, but time on the show. I feel there's no place they could go but up, and I'm really, really happy for all the women still there and thriving under the new regime. I think I feel like he's the absolute backbone of that entire industry. People don't see the backbone, it is hidden underneath the body, but he is literally everyone's mentor. Every successful storyline has its roots back into him. I think the industry would be a shell of itself without him. They should feel so lucky to have his time because he could spend that genius on anything else. But he spends 100% of his time and energy on the WWE. He is the person who encouraged me creatively. He really believed I am so much more than just what my body can do. He really encouraged me to write and create. He's the person who told me, you need to go and write your own story. No one saw me in that light before, or had that kind of belief in me. I didn't even have that kind of belief in myself. I wrote the log line, and then after shattering my knuckle, going to surgery, jumping straight into a plane doing the Stephen Colbert show to promote Mortal Kombat 11, and finally laying in a bed for the first time in 4 to 8 hours, I sat and I typed in a cast on the notes on my phone for 11 hours straight to write the first draft of this. It was something sitting inside of me, and Paul Heyman was the only one who saw it. 5 years later, I've learned so much and put in so much work and so much love into this, and it is finally seeing the light of day. It's not something that I'm doing to impress anybody. I've finally gotten away from that part of my life. You know what? I'm retired. I'm going to do whatever I feel like. I feel like writing a graphic novel, and here it is. It doesn't really matter. If people take it one way or the other, it's like a compulsion. I had to tell the story and write it. I hope it finds someone, even just one person who needed to read it just as much as I needed to write it. I had to be everything to everyone. I had to promote as hard as I trained, and because I did that, we got as far as we are today. I didn't just make it about me and my performances and picking and choosing my fights for when it would work the best for me. That's why we were so successful. That's why the sport had never been hotter. It was because of that work. I promised Dana that's what I would do if he believed in me, invested in me, and brought me into the company. I felt like if I did anything less, that would have made me a liar. I'd rather be out and on my farm or on the beach or something else like that. I think I'll need to have a reason to go. I don't know if my kids end up fighting or something like that, or someone I end up coaching ends up fighting. I would go, but I don't know. It's not really my scene anymore. When I was younger, I wanted to put on a hot dress and go to the fights and hang out with everybody. Now I'm just an old lady who wants to sit at home and sip tea. Plus, I wouldn't want to go just to I wonder how people will react to me. I would want to have a reason to go, but we'll see. I'll play it by ear. If my kids want to fight, they would be absolutely incredible. That's how my mom got dragged back into judo. She quit judo and then she never went to a tournament again. Then I got into it and she was very much involved again. So if my kids from my dojo end up getting into it, then I would have a reason. If they wanted to, I would do everything that I could to make sure that they're as great as possible, but I would never push them towards it. You can't make somebody fight. It's something that is inside of you that you can't help. I'll make sure they know how to fight because it's a survival skill and it builds a lot of discipline, but whether or not they wanted to compete, it's up to them. It's very autobiographical in a way. It's the first thing that I ever wrote. It's what got me into writing creatively. I was trying to write a part for myself. I was like, well, no one brought Rocky to Sylvester Stallone. He went and wrote that. So I wrote a part that no one could play better than me. And I ended up writing a story that no one could have written except for me. It was right when me and my husband were trying to get pregnant the first time. I guess it was delving into the dilemma of bringing a child into a hostile world, and I was getting pregnant during COVID and all this stuff. It's a crazy act of optimism having a kid and bringing them into the world and believing that you can guide them through all of this that's going on. It was something that was inside of me as a martial artist and hopeless romantic. It's very much, if you read it, it's me and my husband and our relationship, but taken to the nth degree. What is more difficult than trying to have a baby and no one's helping you? Oh, trying to have a baby and everyone's trying to kill you, but not taking itself too seriously at all, and doing a lot of it with a laugh and a wink and a cute little love story. Fight choreography in comics has not been done in this way before. You don't often see grappling sequences and stuff like that. It's a lot of punch, kick, energy beam. I love Dragon Ball Z more than anyone, but I'm just saying that in this medium, the action has been limited in how it's been shown. And so the action that we've done in this, I choreographed it, I performed it, and I taped it. I'm actually teaching a little bit. I have one student. My student Ricky Liddell was actually cornering against me when I was fighting, but he was my husband's coach for a while, and now he trains the Navy SEALs. So I like to say, by proxy, I train the Navy SEALs now, and that's what I do in my free time. I've really started to fall in love with teaching because when you're a fighter, it's like, ooh, this is something genius. This is awesome. This is going in my pocket, and I will tell no one until I catch somebody with it. Now it's a different time in my life where I'm really excited to share these things and teach. My husband and I, when our boys graduate from high school in a couple of years, want to move to Hawaii and open a little dojo and have all the local kids come and train for free. If the concussions weren't an issue, things would have happened completely differently. A cumulative neurological injury is something that people don't talk about in MMA. It's something that everybody is dealing with at a different pace. I started dealing with it at 6 years old. I started getting concussions much earlier on in swimming. 2 kids doing a backstroke in the other direction crackheads or hit the wall doing the backstroke. I started doing judo at a young age and kept getting concussions regularly and multiple times a year and not being allowed to speak up or say anything about it. As a fighter, you're not supposed to show any weakness or talk about things like that or the inevitable neurological decline that comes with taking headshots. A lot of people talk about it as if it's making excuses or weakness. I have a whole list for my life to think about, and you'll never know when you take one hit too many until many decades later. But I also don't think I would be serving the sport or the division the right way if I stuck around too long. I got to a point where I knew that I literally could not be taking those head impacts and continue to compete at that same level. It doesn't do the sport any favor. It's a bad look on women's MMA in general. I am the representative of that sport.